Hey, treasure hunters and coin collectors! Welcome back to the channel where we uncover the fascinating world of coins and their hidden treasures. Today, we're talking about the 1997 US 1-cent coin. Yes, the humble penny. Most people wouldn't think twice about tossing it into a jar, but this little coin might just be worth more than its weight in gold, literally. With some rare varieties, mint errors, and high-grade specimens, the 1997 penny has become a surprising jackpot for collectors. The combined value of the rarest examples? A staggering $120 million. So, if you've got some 1997 pennies lying around, stick around as we dive into their history, unique features, and how to spot the ones worth big money. The history of the 1997 penny. Before we get into why the 1997 penny is so valuable, let's talk about its history. This coin is part of the Lincoln Cent series, which began in 1909 to celebrate Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The iconic portrait on the obverse, or front, was designed by Victor David Brenner and remains one of the longest-running coin designs in U.S. history. By 1997, the reverse of the penny still featured the Lincoln Memorial, a design created by Frank Casparo and introduced in 1959 to mark Lincoln's 150th birthday. The coin was struck primarily at two mints, Philadelphia, with no mint mark, and Denver, marked with a small d. In 1997, the Philadelphia Mint produced approximately 4.6 billion pennies, while the Denver Mint struck around 4.5 billion. That's a total of over 9 billion pennies. So why are some of them worth so much? Let's dig deeper. Now, here's the big question. What makes a 1997 penny worth more than its face value of 1 cent? The answer lies in three key factors: mint errors, condition, and unique varieties, rare mint errors. First, let's talk about mint errors. Errors are mistakes that occur during the coin production process, and collectors go absolutely wild for them. One of the most sought-after errors for 1997 pennies is the double die. This happens when the die used to strike the coin's design imprints it twice, slightly misaligned. On a 1997 penny, doubling might appear on the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date itself. These double die varieties can sell for hundreds, or even thousands, of dollars depending on how noticeable the error is. Another error to watch for is the off-center strike. This happens when the metal blank or planchet isn't aligned properly during minting, resulting in a coin where part of the design is missing. Depending on the severity, these off-center pennies can fetch $50 to $500 at auctions. And let's not forget about planchet errors. Sometimes, the metal composition or preparation of the blank is flawed, leading to pennies with unusual colors, weights, or missing layers of plating. These oddities can be worth anywhere from $20 to several $100s. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. Even if your 1997 penny doesn't have any errors, it could still be worth a fortune if it's in top condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint-state coin. Most 1997 pennies you'll find in circulation are in lower grades, with scratches, wear, and discoloration. But if you come across a penny in pristine condition, graded MS67 or higher, it could be worth hundreds, even thousands of dollars. For example, a 1997 penny graded MS68 recently sold at auction for over $2,000. And if a perfect MS70 specimen ever surfaces, it could break records. So, where does the $120 million figure come from? It's the estimated combined value of all the rare, high-grade, and error 1997 pennies out there. Think about it. With over 9 billion pennies minted that year, even if a tiny fraction of them have errors or are in exceptional condition, their collective value could easily reach $120 million or more. This is why coin collectors and treasure hunters are so passionate about searching for these hidden gems. Now that you know what to look for, here are some practical tips to help you find valuable 1997 pennies. Check your change. Always inspect pennies you get in everyday transactions. You never know what you might find. Search coin rolls. Banks often have rolls of pennies that haven't been searched for rare coins or errors. Use a magnifying glass or microscope. Mint errors, like double dies, can be subtle, so investing in a good magnifier is a must. Visit coin shops and flea markets. These are great places to hunt for overlooked treasures. Join a coin collecting community. Online forums and local clubs are excellent resources for learning and sharing discoveries. Remember, patience is key. Finding a valuable coin is like a treasure hunt. It takes time, but the rewards can be incredible. Before we wrap up, let's talk about what makes 1997 pennies unique from a material standpoint. Since 1982, U.S. pennies have been made from a core of zinc coated with a thin layer of copper. This is a big change from older pennies, which were made almost entirely of copper. While this newer composition makes pennies lighter and cheaper to produce, it also means they're more prone to wear and tear. This is why finding high-grade 1997 pennies is such a challenge, and why they're so valuable to collectors. And there you have it, the fascinating story of the 1997 U.S. penny. Whether it's rare errors, high grades, or just the thrill of the hunt, this coin proves that even the smallest pieces of change can hold incredible secrets. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss out on our latest content. And hey, if you found a 1997 penny or any other rare coin, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting! Next today, we're talking about the 2000 US 1-cent coin, a penny that many people overlook. Believe it or not, this coin has gained a reputation in the numismatic world as a hidden gem. With rare errors, high-grade examples, and unique varieties, the 2000 penny has earned its place in coin collecting history. And when we add up the value of the rarest examples out there, we're looking at a staggering $110 million. If you have any 2000 pennies lying around, don't go anywhere. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what to look for and how this coin became so valuable. Let's start with the basics. The 2000 penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to honor Abraham Lincoln's 100th birthday. The obverse, or front, features the famous portrait of Lincoln designed by Victor David Brenner, while the reverse, at the time, displayed the Lincoln Memorial, a design introduced in 1959 by Frank Gasparo. In the year 2000, the U.S. Mint produced billions of pennies, over 5.5 billion from the Philadelphia Mint and around 8.8 billion from the Denver Mint. These coins are marked with a P or D mint mark, depending on where they were made. With such high production numbers, it's easy to assume these coins are common and not worth much. But as you'll soon see, that's far from the truth. Now, let's get into the exciting part, mint errors. Errors occur during the coin production process, and they make certain coins highly collectible and valuable. For the 2000 penny, one of the most famous errors is the double die error. This happens when the die used to strike the coin imprints the design twice, slightly misaligned. Look closely at the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or the date itself. If you see any doubling in these areas, you might have a rare double die penny. Depending on the severity and visibility of the doubling, these coins can sell for hundreds, if not thousands of dollars. Another popular error to watch for is the wide AM variety on the reverse of the coin. Normally, the letters A and M in the word America are very close together on pennies minted in 2000. However, in some cases, the letters are noticeably spaced apart. This is the wide AM variety. The wide AM error is especially sought after because it's rare and easy to miss. A wide AM 2000 penny in good condition can fetch anywhere from $20 to $500, depending on its grade and appearance. Lastly, don't forget about off-center strikes. These errors occur when the coin isn't properly aligned with the die during minting, resulting in part of the design being cut off. Off-center 2000 pennies can range in value from $50 to over $500, depending on how dramatic the error is. Even if your 2000 penny doesn't have any errors, it could still be worth a lot if it's in pristine condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint-state coin. Most pennies in circulation show wear and tear, but if you find a 2000 penny with no scratches, dings, or discoloration, it could fetch a premium price. High-grade pennies from this year, graded MS67 or higher, are highly sought after by collectors and can sell for $100 to $500 or more. For example, a 2000 penny graded MS68 recently sold at auction for over $1,500. Imagine finding one of those in your pocket change. So why is the 2000 penny so special? First, it's one of the last years of the Lincoln Memorial reverse design before the transition to the Lincoln Bicentennial designs in 2009. This gives it historical significance as part of the final decade of this iconic design. Second, the sheer volume of pennies produced in 2000 makes finding rare varieties and high-grade examples an exciting challenge. With billions minted, only a tiny fraction have errors or survived in pristine condition, which is why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for these coins. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping $110 million figure. While no single 2000 penny is worth anywhere near that amount, the combined value of all the rare and high-grade examples could easily reach this astronomical total. Think about it. Between doubled dies, wide AM varieties, off-center strikes, and pristine MS68 examples, there's a lot of hidden treasure out there. And with collectors worldwide competing for these coins, their value continues to rise. Want to start your own treasure hunt for valuable 2000 pennies? Here are some practical tips to get you started. Search your spare change. Check every penny you come across. You never know when a valuable one will show up. Buy unsearched coin rolls. You can find rolls of pennies from banks or online that haven't been searched for rare coins. Invest in a magnifying glass. Errors, like the wide AM variety, are subtle, so a good magnifier is essential. Visit coin shops and flea markets. These are great places to find overlooked gems. Join a coin collecting community. Online forums, Facebook groups, and local coin clubs are excellent resources for learning and sharing your finds. Remember, the thrill of the hunt is part of the fun, and even if you don't strike it rich, you'll still be learning about history and the art of coin collecting. And there you have it, the fascinating story of the 2000 US penny. Whether it's rare errors, high-grade examples, or the simple joy of collecting, this coin proves that even the smallest pieces of change can hold incredible secrets. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest content. And if you found a 2000 penny or any other rare coin, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting. Next, we're talking about the humble 2002 US penny. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's just a penny, right? Wrong. Some 2002 pennies have sold for thousands of dollars at auctions. And when you add up all the rare varieties and high-grade examples, the collective value is an astonishing $267 million. Yes, you heard that right, $267 million. If you've got a jar of pennies at home or just a handful of change in your pocket, stay tuned. By the end of this video, you'll know how to spot a rare 2002 penny and what makes these coins so valuable. Let's start with a little history. The 2002 penny is part of the Lincoln cent series, one of the most iconic coin designs in U.S. history. This series began in 1909 to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The obverse, or front, of the coin features Lincoln's portrait, designed by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse, we have the Lincoln Memorial, created by Frank Gasparo. This design was first introduced in 1959 and remained on the penny until 2008, making the 2002 penny part of the final decade of the Lincoln Memorial era. In 2002, the Philadelphia Mint struck over 5.3 billion pennies, while the Denver Mint produced around 5 billion. That's over 10 billion pennies in total. With such a high mintage, it might seem like these coins are just another common penny. But as you'll soon find out, some of these coins are worth far more than their face value. Now, let's get into the exciting part, the rare mint errors that make some 2002 pennies incredibly valuable. One of the most sought-after errors is the double die. This occurs when the die used to strike the coin's design imprints it twice, slightly misaligned. For the 2002 penny, doubling can appear on the words "In God We Trust," "Liberty," or even the date. If you spot a double die, you could have a coin worth anywhere from $50 to several $1,000s, depending on the condition and the severity of the doubling. Another popular error to look out for is the off-center strike. This happens when the coin blank or planchet isn't properly aligned during minting, resulting in part of the design being missing. The more off-center the strike, the more valuable the coin. These errors can sell for $100 to $500 or more. And let's not forget about planchet errors. Occasionally, pennies are struck on the wrong type of metal or with missing layers of copper plating. These errors are rare but can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars, especially if they're in good condition. Even if your 2002 penny doesn't have any errors, it could still be worth a lot if it's in top condition. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint-state coin. Most 2002 pennies you'll find in circulation have scratches, wear, and discoloration. But if you happen to find one that's shiny and flawless, it could fetch a premium price. For example, a 2002 penny graded MS-68, a nearly perfect coin, recently sold at auction for over $1,500. And if a perfect MS-70 example were ever discovered, it could easily sell for several $1,000s. Now, let's talk about the jaw-dropping $267 million figure. While no single 2002 penny is worth millions on its own, the collective value of all the rare, high-grade, and error pennies from that year adds up to an impressive total. Think about it. With billions of 2002 pennies in circulation, even if a tiny fraction of them are rare or in exceptional condition, their combined worth could easily reach $267 million. And as coin collecting continues to grow in popularity, the value of these pennies could increase even further. So how do you find one of these valuable 2002 pennies? Here are some tips to help you get started. Check your pocket change. Always inspect the pennies you receive in everyday transactions. Search through coin rolls. Banks often have rolls of pennies that haven't been searched for errors or high-grade examples. Invest in a magnifying glass. A good magnifier will help you spot subtle errors like double dies or planchet flaws. Visit coin shops and flea markets. These are great places to find hidden treasures. Join a coin collecting community. Online forums and local clubs can provide valuable information and resources. The host picks up a penny and examines it with a magnifying glass. Remember, patience and attention to detail are key. Even if you don't find a valuable coin right away, the thrill of the hunt makes it all worthwhile. Before we wrap up, here are some fun facts about the 2002 penny. Did you know that pennies minted after 1982 are made of 97.5% zinc and only 2.5% copper? This makes them much lighter than older pennies, which were almost entirely copper. It costs more than 1 cent to produce a penny. As of today, it costs about 2 cents to make a single penny. The Lincoln cent is the longest-running coin design in U.S. history, with over 100 years of production. And there you have it, the story of the 2002 U.S. penny, a coin that proves even the smallest pieces of change can hold incredible value. Whether it's rare errors, high grades, or the sheer joy of collecting, this penny has captured the hearts of numismatists around the world. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest content. And if you found a rare 2002 penny or any other coin worth mentioning, drop a comment below. We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting. Last, we're uncovering the fascinating tale of the 1914 U.S. penny, a coin that might look like ordinary pocket change but has become an absolute legend in the numismatic world. With rare varieties, mint errors, and pristine examples selling for thousands of dollars at auction, the total collective value of these coins is estimated at a jaw-dropping $70 million. If you've got a penny jar at home or just love learning about rare coins, this is one video you don't want to miss. By the end of this, you'll know why the 1914 penny is so special, how to spot valuable versions, and what to look for if you're hunting for one of these hidden treasures. Let's start with a little history. The 1914 penny is part of the iconic Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909. It was designed by Victor David Brenner to commemorate the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth, and it was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's portrait. On the obverse, or front, you'll see Lincoln's famous profile, while the reverse features 2 wheat stalks surrounding the words 1 cent and United States of America. This reverse design, often called the wheat penny, was used until 1958, making the 1914 penny part of one of the most beloved coin designs in U.S. history. In 1914, pennies were minted in 3 locations: Philadelphia, no mint mark; Denver, marked with a D; and San Francisco, marked with an S. While all 3 are collectible, the 1914 D penny, minted in Denver, is the most valuable and sought after, thanks to its low mintage of just over 1.1 million coins. Compare that to the Philadelphia Mint, which struck over 75 million pennies that same year, and you can see why the 1914 D stands out. So what makes the 1914 penny so valuable? It all comes down to a few key factors. Rarity. As I mentioned earlier, the 1914 D penny had a very low mintage of just 1.1 million coins. Over time, many of these pennies were lost, damaged, or melted down, making surviving examples incredibly rare. Historical significance. The 1914 penny was minted during a fascinating period in American history, just before the outbreak of World War I. Coins from this era hold a special place in the hearts of collectors. Condition. Like any collectible, the value of a 1914 penny skyrockets if it's in pristine condition. Coins graded MS-65 or higher, meaning they're almost flawless, are extremely rare and highly prized. For example, a 1914 D penny in average condition might sell for $200 to $500. But if you find one in mint state condition, it could fetch $10,000 or more. And the record for a 1914 D penny? Over $150,000 at auction. Now, let's talk about errors and varieties, which can make a 1914 penny even more valuable. One of the most famous errors to look for is the die crack. This happens when the die used to strike the coin develops a crack, leaving a raised line on the surface of the penny. These errors are unique, and collectors love them for their one-of-a-kind nature. Another variety to watch for is the weak D mint mark. On some 1914 D pennies, the mint mark was struck lightly, making it difficult to see. These coins are especially sought after because they're rare and add a layer of mystery to the hunt. And don't forget about off-center strikes. These occur when the coin blank isn't properly aligned with the die during minting, resulting in part of the design being cut off. Off-center 1914 pennies are extremely rare and can sell for thousands of dollars. Even without errors, a 1914 penny in high-grade condition can be worth a small fortune. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70, with 70 being a perfect, mint-state coin. Most 1914 pennies you'll find are heavily worn, but if you're lucky enough to discover one in mint-state condition, you've hit the jackpot. For example, a 1914 penny graded MS-66 recently sold for over $30,000. And if a perfect MS-67 or MS-68 example were ever discovered, it could break auction records. Now, let's put it all together. While no single 1914 penny is worth $70 million, the combined value of all the rare, high-grade, and error coins from this year adds up to an estimated $70 million. Think about it. With collectors all over the world searching for 1914 pennies, and auction prices climbing higher every year, these coins have become some of the most sought-after pieces in American numismatics. Search your change jars and old collections. You never know what might be hiding in an old jar or collection handed down from a relative. Visit flea markets and estate sales. These are great places to find hidden treasures at bargain prices. Check with coin dealers. Many dealers specialize in rare coins and can help you track down a 1914 penny. Invest in a magnifying glass. Errors and weak mint marks can be hard to spot with the naked eye. Join a coin collecting community. Online forums, social media groups, and local coin clubs are excellent resources for learning and sharing your finds. And that's the story of the 1914 US penny, a coin that proves even the smallest pieces of change can hold incredible value. Whether it's the rare 1914D, a high-grade example, or a unique error, this penny has captured the imagination of collectors for over a century. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss our latest content. And if you've ever found a rare coin, 1914 or otherwise, let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your story. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy hunting!